The Kagan hearings are about to start for her Supreme Court nomination. One of the issues that you have discussed is her feelings or stand on the Second Amendment. Can you explain what is going on here with that?
Well, if you look at her record, when she worked in the Clinton Library, when she worked in the Clinton administration, when she clerked for Justice Thurgood Marshall, it reveals a very consistent pattern of her being wrong on every Second Amendment issue. Whether it's trigger locks, gun shows, the ban on assault weapons, forcing state and local police to conduct background checks. She said she wasn't even sympathetic to the idea of there being an individual right to own a gun. She's compared the NRA to the Ku Klux Klan. She's just going to be disastrous on the Second Amendment, worse than even Sotomayor has proved to be. And you know, it matters on the court because we have a very, very precarious margin right now for the idea that individuals even have a Second Amendment right. She's going to serve for 40 years. She's a real threat to your right to own a gun, and you know, people need to get involved and tell their senators, Democrats especially, that they care about their Second Amendment rights and that Kagan is simply the wrong person to put on the court.
Now there's another major gun case coming up in the Supreme Court. What's the difference if Kagan had been on the court versus Justice Stevens in this matter?
Well, we don't know how Justice Stevens is going to rule in this matter. What we do know is that Justice Stevens is 90 years old and Kagan is 50. So Justice Stevens' days of doing damage are over. Elena Kagan will outlive many of us. All we need really to completely lose our Second Amendment rights would be one more liberal after Kagan. And if we don't send a very strong message to President Obama that he can't nominate any more people who are anti-gun, then when something happens to a Scalia or a Kennedy and Obama replaces them with an anti-gun liberal, it's over. There is no Second Amendment right.
Has the NRA taken a stand on her nomination?
They haven't, and I'm disappointed, frankly. Again, she compared them to the KKK, and they got involved with Sotomayor. For matters of integrity, if nothing else, they need to get involved here so it doesn't seem like they're okay with being compared to the KKK. They're okay with the person who ran. The NRA despised Clinton's gun policy, and yet who was in charge of it in the Domestic Policy Office? Kagan. Are they okay with that? They really need to speak out, and they need to do it soon, and they really can make a big difference here. If the NRA would get involved and lobby some of those swing state Democratic senators, it could make this a close fight and certainly could send a strong signal to the White House.
In your opinion, how has the media covered Kagan up to this point?
Well, they haven't done a very good job of it, frankly. Now, partly is good strategy on the part of the White House. They nominated someone who was a stealth candidate, and they've only allowed her documents to dribble out, and they're still withholding about 2,000 pages, so we don't even really know her full record. But that said, the media has been, I don't know if it's they're afraid to go after somebody who might, you know, be gay. At least that's been hypothesized. I don't know if that's making them stay away from her. I don't know if it's that they're busy with other things like the oil spill, but they have not done their job. They have not given her even a moderate degree of scrutiny.